anything else. So, okay. So when I think about building a salad, it's a little bit different. I can benefit from a couple of tools. Here's one. This is just a basic biscuit cutter tool. It's a little pastry tool. Cost about $3. I think I donated some of these to the school a while back. This is something that you can use to mold things or shape things, and it makes a difference in presentation. Definitely makes a difference. So if I had, and I'm just introducing a couple of elements here. It's not like you really have to do this in particular. You really don't. But if I want to get some semblance of striation, then I can use something like this butternut squash. Got the red bell pepper here. Now these are both been roasted, so going to be a little more flavor. Got a little bit of microgreens. This is what's said to be a Mediterranean mix. So a microgreen can come out of anything. Cilantro, whatever, radishes. I mean, almost anything. That's all it means. It's just, this is just the beginning of this plant's life. So it's been harvested really young and sold, in this case, a combination of arugula, cabbage, and beet greens. So this one won't be quite as sweet as, very good. You know, since the, I can salvage a little bit of this. Since the refrigerator froze up everything, I'll try to see what we can utilize. Okay, so when it comes to this concept here, I want you to remember that this is just a concept. So you can reinterpret this all you want. I've got the dressing there. That dressing is going to complement most of these things here. So just mixing in a little bit of the dressing here. If you decide that this needs a little bump of the SI salt, does everybody know about SI salt? Have we?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay. So let's quickly talk about salt. So this thing with salt, now you can't really see the trace minerals in here, but believe me, they're there. And the reason you can't really see the trace minerals is they've pretty much been bleached by the sun. But a lot of these salts, these commercial salts, it's nothing but NaCl. Really not, doesn't have much nutritional value. But more significantly, a lot of physicians are coming to believe that the mineral content, not just in salt, but in general, is making a big difference in how well you absorb nutrients. So, when you work with a salt that has trace minerals, it's definitely going to be easier for the body to absorb. I don't want to do a lot of salt. I'm not into a lot of salt. I don't feel like I need a whole lot of salt. But that's the important thing to remember about salt, is that you want salt that has trace minerals. There's a lot of different choices out there, and some of them are not expensive. They're really not. So you're using like a Himalayan pink salt, you don't want to use it to pickle something. I mean, that's a little pricey. So, okay, I got these things combined together. I'm seasoning this. I'm just going to take a little bit of salt here also, just because of the vegetables. And then that's one layer there. Here's another layer of roasted red bell pepper. And I'm going to do some avocado here. So some chunks of avocado. And that word chunk will serve you well when you're describing things and saying, what is that? I say, they're chunks. So could you give me a large spoon, or just an average size spoon? Thank you. So I'm going to take some avocado here. Don't really have to put any acidulation on there, but I think it would be a little more flavorful. Thank you. So I'll just go ahead and cube this up in chunks. And so that's important because I don't want the color to get lost. So I would say those are 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch chunks. And then just a little bit of acidulation on there. And it doesn't even have to be, doesn't necessarily have to be a linear line. I mean, it could be any kind of acidulation. Even the grapefruit juice would work. So, a little bit of lemon juice there. Now the clock is ticking once it comes in contact with that acidulation, right? So I really have to be mindful that I use it right away. Okay, so we'll stage this quickly now. So the principle that I want you to keep in mind is the more durable thing has to go on the bottom, right? That's a little more of a foundation. If it's a little more delicate, you go up toward the top. If you have a tubular thing like this, then it's a lot easier to mold it. When I look at these choices here, this is a little more durable than the avocado, more or less. So I'll just go ahead and put that in there. And I'm compressing it to a point where, well, I guess I'll use most of it. Just pushing it down so it's compressed a little bit. Want it to pretty much stay in place if I can. So I don't want to destroy the aesthetic quality of it by, you know, just pushing it too hard, but want it to be nice and firm in there, nestled in there. Okay, then a little bit of the avocado. Avocado, just going to also press that down somewhat. And then a little bit of the red bell pepper. Kind of being mindful to clean off my fingers because I don't want any of that green avocado spilling onto the red color there. Okay. Just going to carefully lift that up. Take some of these microgreens that don't have much longer to live. They had a good life. They served a purpose. We'll top it off a little bit. Center that a little bit. And then just accent it with a few more of these vegetables. It's kind of nice to see that happen. And that's what I would call a stacked salad.
A what? A
Stacked salad. Just pass that around and take a good look at it.
It's pretty. Very pretty.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Concept can be done in any variety of things. Just have to make sure that your sturdy stuff is on the bottom so that it holds the rest of it. You can use a lot of different things. But you get the idea. That's the important thing. You get the idea.